July 8, 2016. I am JTG. I wanted to say a few words about the shootings in Dallas and Black Lives Matter and some of the other things that have been going on. What's happened is that you had one black man with a gun, at least that's the story I've seen so far, who went out and shot some police officers. And it's a tragedy, and it was definitely uncalled for, and he paid for it with his own life. But what's going on is we're having people blaming the whole Black Lives Matter and all black people for this. It's kind of ridiculous. If a white person goes out and does something bad, all white people should not be judged by that. All black people shouldn't be judged by this particular one person doing this. There's a saying, there is no cause so good, so pure, so noble that it won't attract bad people. And that seems to be what's happened here. The root causes of Black Lives Matter are real. Statistically, black people tend to get pulled over more frequently, and when they do get pulled over, more likely to be arrested or even shot. So it's a real thing, whether some people want to admit it or not. I acknowledge white privilege exists, and that doesn't mean that I'm self-loathing, guilt-ridden white guilt person. It's just a fact of life. If I get pulled over, I'm less likely to be detained, arrested, or shot than someone who's black, or for that matter Mexican or Hispanic, or I'm not sure about Asian, probably Asian too. It's not like that there are police procedures where they say, okay, if you pull over a black person, you do this officially. But when you have certain communities where most of the police are white in a black community or a Hispanic community, for example, then you're going to have problems potentially there. It's a complex question. There are many police officers, obviously, that are not bigots. They're not going to pull out their gun and start shooting, just because they see a black person that, scares them. But it does happen, and it happens enough that it needs to be addressed. And to acknowledge that there are racist police officers is not a slight on all police officers. To have a knee-jerk reaction when the black person is shot or otherwise some injustice happens, to say, oh, well, he had it coming, or he must have had it coming, as in so many cases lately, is a lot of media has the attitude that if somebody gets pulled over and they get shot or beaten or some other injustice, well, they must have had it coming. But that's not always true. Yeah, I know I'm kind of rambling here, but this is something that I've been thinking about a lot. We need to be aware of what's going on and to do what we can to change the system. And when you do have racist cops, when you do have police officers that do bad things, they need to be prosecuted, and then, rather than a knee-jerk, well, if you defend this one, well, it's a stain on all police officers. In the police officers in Dallas, from all that I heard during the Black Lives Matters rally in Dallas, they were getting along well with the crowd. This person, who himself apparently was not involved directly with Black Lives Matter, or even peripherally, had nothing to do with the crowd. You cannot blame the crowd for his actions. Likewise, you can't say that just criticizing police leads to this kind of stuff. You have to be able to criticize the bad police and improve the whole system. Okay, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.